Welcome into another episode of the Crossovr podcast. We have an awesome episode today with former Duke men's lacrosse team captain and ACC Defensive Player of the Year, JT Giles-Harris. JT, such a pleasure to have you. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
For sure. How has your quarantine been?
It's been all right. First couple weeks where I was just kind of sitting in my house, dad at school, doing a whole bunch of nothing. But since I've been home, it's been all right. Started working out again, getting back on track.
For sure. So I gotta start off with this. I saw an article on NBC Sports that you are transferring to Villanova to play football. Is that true?
No, that's not me.
Nope. So I didn't read, the article was some guy, I don't remember his name, but then it also said JT Giles-Harris is doing the same thing. And I was like, we haven't heard this anywhere else. So weird, but good to have that clarity.
Yeah. I don't know why they would do that.
Have you seen that article, or is it this news to you?
Nah, it's news to me.
I'll have to send it to you. After this, We'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But cool. So why don't you kind of tell us how you got into lacrosse, and basically just how you got to where you are now?
Yeah. Well, I played baseball first. Me and my brother. As far as our dad played baseball growing up, so we obviously just did the same thing. He put us in playing Little League and stuff. But then I don't know what year, maybe my fourth grade, when I was in fourth grade or something, his high school buddy played lacrosse, and he convinced him to try and have us play lacrosse. And obviously we were terrible at it. I was like, I don't want to play anymore, blah blah blah. But just stuck with it, and then here I am, whatever amount of years later, I guess. But yeah, that's how it started. And then eventually, I really liked it, because it was something I wasn't good at and I wanted to get good at it. So, I just started practicing on my own and just trying to do some cool tricks and stuff. And, I ended up getting pretty solid at it and I got pretty good. So someone noticed, and then, it kind of just took off from there in terms of recruiting and whatnot.
Did you know at a certain point, did something click where you were like, damn, I'm pretty good at this?
Actually, yeah, there's I got invited to this thing over across the bridge in Westchester, a showcase thing, and it was the first time. I think it was I don't know, my freshman year or sophomore year or something, and I played in it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I just played in it, whatever. It was cool. It was cool playing with other good kids, and there was coaches there, but I didn't really, I was just I'm probably not going to do this anyway. So, but then I got home, and this guy who ran our summer program called my dad, and hey, he played really well today, blah blah blah. And obviously I told him I didn't think I played that well, and then he told me I don't know, there was a ton of coaches that really were interested and wanted to talk to him through me. So that's when I kind of realized oh, maybe I am, maybe I can keep doing this in college. Maybe people do want me. So that was definitely the moment when I was like, nah, I'm pretty good at this.
So was lacrosse like an interest of yours before you started playing, or once you started you were like, damn, this is awesome?
Nah, it was, once I started, I never knew about it from when my dad was trying to put us into it, So
yeah.
we were football, basketball, and baseball, and then heard of lacrosse. Never heard of it when I was so young too. And then once around high school came, I really started to dive into it and get into it, and that's when it really took off.
Yeah, I got you. So you said your dad played. Did he play college, pros?
Nah, he played football. Everyone in my family, every man at least, played college football, or if they played sports in college, we played college football. So I'm the only one to not, play college football, which is kind of crazy.
Diversify the group.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have any favorite teams or favorite athletes growing up that you look to inspire you to better your game or anything like that?
In lacrosse?
Either lacrosse or any sport, really.
I mean, for any sport, I'm a huge LeBron fan still. I was still a Cleveland fan, even though he's gone. But, obviously a huge LeBron fan for basketball. And then football, I don't really know. I'm still a Chargers fan because I liked LT back in the day, growing up. So still there. And, yeah, I like his game. I kind of just, I like looking at a lot of players differently and see what they're really good. I don't know, but I'd say LeBron overall is my favorite athlete. And honestly, lacrosse wise, I don't know if I have one to really look up to or ever did because I honestly didn't watch lacrosse until like maybe my junior year of high school or senior year of high school. I didn't start watching like any college games and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think I do for that one. But LeBron definitely, my overall favorite.
Do you think LeBron's the GOAT?
After watching The Last Dance, I really question, but he still is for real. It's like you can't guard him. Like he's too big. Nah, no way. You put him back then, he's doing the same thing.
So do you think there's like a difference between best of all time, greatest of all time in any sport? Like we had this conversation in the first episode, but like in my opinion, Rodgers is the most skilled quarterback of all time. Brady's obviously the GOAT.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like LeBron's definitely the best like overall basketball player of all time.
Yeah,
for sure. Like obviously he can do all what he does, and Jordan's like, he's probably like he's easily. I don't know.
He's the most iconic. He's the most iconic brand.
Exactly. Like he was like the first like global like superstar. I feel like really, like everywhere. So that's why he's like obviously he's like dope basketball too, but like he's like the first one to really like everyone knew about who like Michael Jordan was from like America, Europe, Australia, everywhere really.
No doubt.
100%. So do you have any like favorite sports memories that you can look back to either from your playing career or just, growing up watching sports, something that has really stayed ingrained in your mind?
I mean, we won a state championship in football my sophomore year. One of the greatest, I think. That was just a cool feeling to have, winning. And on that team, that team was really stacked, so we were pretty good. I don't know, really growing up. I mean, I remember like so many iconic plays like everyone else, I remember watching Alabama-Auburn 2013, 2014, the kicks, taking it back. I remember watching that and just thinking like, wow. I remember, Malcolm Butler's interception that year in the Super Bowl, the same thing. Just like, damn, that was wild, Kyrie shot LeBron's chase down block in the finals. Same thing, yeah. So those are like, so I don't know if I have one specific. Just I remember like kind of everything everyone else does, like just like wow, like that was kind of crazy. I remember where I was like for all of them, what I was doing, I remember one too was it's like a weird one when Floyd fought Manny Pacquiao. It was at my house, and then I remember in the post fight interview, the interview with Manny Pacquiao, and he said he thought he won, and I thought that was hilarious. Like after watching the fight. Yeah, he was getting cooked the whole time. I was like, how do you think you win? But yeah, that one was pretty funny. Those are probably my most, remember the most for sure.
Yeah. I actually, my roommates and I recently looked up the most watched pay-per-view events of all time. That was actually the most watched pay-per-view event of all time. Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather.
Manny Pacquiao? Yeah, that was crazy.
And I think number 2 was Mayweather-McGregor, actually.
Yeah. I'm shocked that wasn't one.
I mean, honestly, I think there are 2 factors. One, everyone probably thought Mayweather was going to win that fight. Everyone knew Mayweather was going to win that fight. Yeah. And the other thing is probably timing. Like, I feel like it's more common now to just stream fights and not pay for it. So
yeah, that's true.
I don't really know how that works, like how they calculate the numbers or anything.
Yeah,
because think about a bar. If a bar is playing the fight, how are they calculate? Like they're only buying once, right? So how are they calculating how many people are watching that? I don't even know how that works.
Even with like in anything, like we were watching like the Coach Doug's shit, like the big fat Barstool stuff, and like it said, like in the bottom corner it was like 133,000 people, but like we had 7 people in the room.
Yeah, so it's like you just don't really know how many actually people are watching it,
Yeah. So
yeah. And like you said now too, it's so easy. It's so really easy to just like find stuff to stream, all the live events online. So it's like you really can't get it accurate.
Right. So I want to transition a little bit, JT, to music. I'm wondering, like, what's your relationship with music? How much do you listen? How often? What type of music do you listen to?
I listen to music like every day, probably, especially now at work, because I just like mow lawns and stuff. So I just have headphones in all day. And honestly, I'll listen to like damn near anything except country music. Like I just don't like it really at all. And like some like, techno stuff. I listen, probably like every day for real. And the best type of music in my opinion is like, from like late 90s, like early 2000s, like R&B type music. That's like if I'm like ever trying to figure out what to listen to, I just throw some of that on, like some like old Fab or like old like like Neo or like people like that. I just really be vibing to that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with that. One of the more slept on genres now too, because I mean, there's really no pure R&B, popular R&B at least anymore. Even the old R&B guys, they kind of made a switch to pop, like Usher and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like old Usher when he was, he was dropping like I don't even know, like Burn or like Confessions, like songs like that. Yeah, I was like that.
So what was your go-to before a game?
Phew. I had a whole playlist just like dedicated to that. Literally just like 2000s type R&B music, and I listen to it. I don't really get serious before games either. I just like I'll listen to that and I'll start like singing and lip singing and stuff in the locker room on my way to get like ankles taped, like trying to I just stay loose and like honestly try not to even think about the game. I just try to just think about like the music at that point. And then when the game starts, I'm like, all right, it's time to go.
Lock in.
Interesting. Did you have any other pregame rituals or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll Normatec like the puffy pants thing. I'll do that like probably like 2 hours before for about 30 minutes, and then same thing, just listen to music the whole time, and then get up to where our field house is. Like we got to be there at a certain time. I won't tie my cleats, and I do like a specific routine with my boy for stick work stuff, and then do like a couple shots. Like I gotta end on a good shot, obviously. Then I go chill, put my headphones back in. Same thing. Wait until coach comes in. Then it's like time to go.
And music-wise, you don't like have that one go-to pump-up song. It's just whatever happens to come on.
Yeah, it's just whatever comes on. I might skip a song, but anything good song comes on, I'm just like, all right, vibing.
So I'm curious about the atmosphere at a Duke lacrosse game compared to like a Duke basketball game. Is this? I mean, obviously it's not going to be like Cameron Crazies, but is it still hype or?
Yeah, I mean, some games, like if we get a good weather, like a ACC home game or just like a big out of conference home game, yeah, it's pretty cool. There's been my freshman year, we played Notre Dame at home, and it was like on alumni weekend, so it was pretty much like a sold out stadium. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, definitely don't compare to the basketball games when everybody's wowing the whole time for like 2 hours, and there's only like 9,000 people in there, so it feels like crazy loud.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure Duke is just, they have loyal fans in general. Like I went to Rutgers, and nobody even goes to like the baseball games. Like I mean, nobody goes to the football games, which was garbage. But basketball, we were good for the first time in whatever how many years, 20 years. So
yeah, exactly. Ron Harper, he's balling.
Oh my God, balling. Yeah. Whole team, dude, whole team, and we're young. We only lost one senior. Mm. So we're ranked like 13 in some polls preseason this year. So yeah, we're locked.
Yeah, for sure. I felt bad. They're definitely going to make the tournament for the first time in whatever amount of years.
I know that was brutal, especially after beating Maryland too. Like so much went into that game, and then the next week the season ends. Like
living in North Carolina, how does that compare to? You're from Jersey, right?
I'm from New York.
New York, okay. So how does that compare to New York, North Carolina versus New York?
I mean, I like it. Like I like it down there so much better. Yeah, I mean everything it's a little bit slower. It's a little bit more like spaced out, But if you go downtown, it's like you're going downtown New York City or something. Like it's not that big, but there's good spots. Obviously, good food. I like it so much better. It's always pretty nice weather. It gets cold every once in a while, but like nothing like up here. And then there's like Raleigh's a pretty cool city to go and live in. There's a couple of nice bars and stuff, nice restaurants, and everyone seems like pretty young. Everyone's like probably like working, I don't know, late 30s at the max that live in Raleigh or something like that. So yeah, I like it a lot. It's pretty nice being down there. Yeah, I'd definitely go back.
For as far as like the bar scene goes, like is it frowned upon for you guys to maybe like cross over to Chapel Hill and check out their bars, or is that like against the rules?
Usually we'll go, like we have like our one spot Shooters, which is like obviously it's mayhem in there half the time. Right. So like we like to go there, and then on Sundays usually because Shooters isn't open, we'll go to Chapel Hill, and there's a couple bars like there's one karaoke bar, and then every couple other bars. They're all like right on the strip, which is a lot better for like college. So they definitely have a little bit better of a bar scene for their school. There's like they're all like on one street, like most schools. They're all on one street. You can just walk bar hop from one to one like throughout the night. But yeah, we be going over there a bunch.
So do you guys got to stay like low key and like kind of in disguise, like because as soon as they find out you play for Duke, you're gonna get booed out of the place, right?
Nah, yeah, we don't wear anything like that since we go to Duke. But like honestly, sometimes like our team's been going to like the one bar on Sunday for like years. Like even when our coaches on our team were on the team, so like they kind of know, but we just don't be wearing anything in case like Carolina walks in on the Carolina team. We're like, all right, maybe he won't recognize us, but don't want no unnecessary problems or something stupid.
Right.
Yeah. So you said in quarantine you've been lifting a little bit, right?
Yeah.
What else has been? How else do you spend your free time?
Work, and then I've given kids private lessons in lacrosse, so that's
Nice.
making some money too. And then I'm also like I'm trying to just find like as much jobs as I can and make as much money as I can before I go back to school. So then I'm doing that, and then I'm coaching a summer team too and making money there. So I don't have a lot of free time, and if I do, I just be chilling, watching a movie or listening to music or trying to read a book. Trying to read a couple pages of a book every once in a while. I'm not a big reader, but trying to do that.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, right.
Are you reading anything right now?
Yeah, I'm 10 pages into this book called The Hard Thing About Hard Things. It's about like this guy who's a CEO basically writing about how to make hard decisions and do it effectively and efficiently and stuff.
That sounds
cool. Dope. Yeah, that's dope.
Hopefully I can get it through.
Who's that by?
I can tell you in a second.
Hey, I want to write that down because I'm being a freaking loser right now.
Not reading anything, Steve?
I haven't read a book. I haven't read a book start to finish since like the last book of Series of Unfortunate Events, which was
5th grade.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe 5th grade. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I was like that before this too. This is like my first one I'm starting. Ben Horowitz. It's by
Ben Horowitz.
Yeah.
I've never heard that, but are you like typically into the self-help, self-improvement books?
Nah, honestly, just like somebody recommended it to me.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to read, so
Yeah.
picked that one. Started reading it, and it's pretty interesting. So hopefully, I can get it finished by time.
Yeah, you just gotta make it into a habit. Like you say, all right, I'm gonna read 5 pages today, whatever it is. 5 pages, you could do 5.
Yeah, right. I'll read 10 pages after this.
Nice. There you go.
So no TV, no. Well, you said you'll watch a movie once in a while, but you're not binge watching anything. No Netflix.
No, I'm not. I don't got any shows right now to watch. I did earlier in quarantine when I was doing nothing. I watched The Sopranos in like maybe a week.
Oh
yeah.
Are you kidding me? The whole series?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I woke up.
Jeez.
If I had class, I'd just turn my laptop on with the screen blank and just have The Sopranos on for like 8 hours every day.
How many episodes is that?
I don't know. They're hour long. They're like legit hour long episodes. There's like 6 seasons. Maybe like
season 6, like 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, there's like 14. I don't know. Yeah, I did it though. I was like, yeah. every time we had like one big, obviously living room in our house, and I would be there all day. Just start to finish. My roommates walk by just every once in a while.
So all my friends swear by it. We're from Jersey, so all my friends swear by it. But so I watched the first 2 seasons. I couldn't get through them.
Earlier, like way earlier in the year, I told me and my roommate same thing. We were like, "Yo, let's watch The Sopranos," obviously because it's really good. And we watched the same thing like one season. We were like, "It's kind of boring."
Yeah.
It's really slow. And then like I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and do it again. And then like the further you get into it, like you got it. It takes like this 3rd season and 4th season are like when it really like you're like, oh damn, like shit's happening.
All right. Yeah. Because have you watched Breaking Bad?
Yeah. I watched it when it first came out.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Me too.
Every episode is crazy. Every episode, no breaks.
Yeah, exactly. Something's always going on.
Yeah.
Except for the Fly episode.
But even that, you're like kind of on the edge of your seat because you're
That's
like, all
true.
right, what the fuck's gonna happen here?
And that's true. You kind of expected it to happen.
Yeah, and then nothing just happened. So.
Spoilers, by the way.
Oh yeah, my bad.
No, that's my fault. So what movies have you been watching, JT?
Oh, I just watched one today. I watched The Gray today. I just want kind of like to throw that on. It's pretty good. I watch like random movies. Beowulf. I just watched that not too long ago. Yeah. Paid in Full. I just watched. Yeah, those are the last three I can remember that I just watched. I watched Paid in Full like last night, and then The Gray I watched today.
I honestly have never heard of any of those. Are they considered like classics or?
Nah,
Beowulf. I know the book. I know the book.
Beowulf's like a weird animated version with like Angelina Jolie's like kind of in it. I don't know. It's like a weird movie.
What? What do you mean?
It's like weirdly animated. Like you got I can't even explain it. You got to watch it. It's not like real animation. Like I don't even know.
All right.
That's all right.
Is that like, are you into that like weird animation stuff?
Yeah. I mean, this is a good movie, so I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
You know what I watched last night for the first time? Goodfellas.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Fire. Yeah, I watched that for the first time in the beginning of quarantine.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
I still haven't seen The Irishman. Everyone says it's pretty good.
Me neither.
Yeah, I have no desire to see that.
Right, yeah. It says it's like 3 hours or 3.5 hours long too, so it's like a real commitment.
So long. That's multiple sittings. 3.5 hours? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and dude, I had a problem. I mean, so what I did was I had never seen The Godfather, Godfather 2, or Goodfellas, so I watched them back to back in the beginning of quarantine.
Oh damn!
Isn't Godfather 3? Aren't there 3 Godfathers?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fuck with those because people told me it's not even worth it. They say Godfather 3 is like alright, but then like 4 is just like one of the worst movies ever.
Okay.
Yeah. But I struggled to get through Godfather 2 3 hours. Like that's like over 3 hours. I can't no matter how good the movie is, 3 hour movie, it's too long.
Exactly.
3 hours is like a very very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 2.5 is like where everything really should be.
Yeah, it is cool in a way for all the bad things that COVID has brought us. It's nice that we have some extra time to watch some movies and things like that.
Oh yeah.
You know? What else like interests you? Are you into fashion at all, or sneakers are included in that?
Like I like sneakers, but I don't have like. I know like all the pairs of shoes that come out and whatnot for the most part, but I honestly don't even have any cool pairs of kicks on me right now. Like I like knowing about them and like talking about them, but like I just don't own any. Like my brother just bought.
I'm the same way.
Well, yeah.
What did he buy?
He bought all red 11s.
Nice.
Jordans are popping off right now. Ever since Last Dance, everybody's talking about them.
Yeah, I looked up the retro ones. Like right after the Last Dance was over, and I saw the price on like all these things. Like, when they're sold out like that quick, and the price was just like they were ridiculous. They were like above like $500 for the sneakers. I was like,
it was for the Chicago ones. I saw like I think $2,000.
Yeah, that's just like unnecessary.
It's absurd.
Yeah, it's just unnecessary.
Absurd. Yeah, like why would you even wear those?
Yeah, it's like they're not like his game worn kicks. It's just like the same ones that he wore. Like not that he wore, but you know what I mean.
You don't have anything better to spend your money on than a pair of sneakers. Like I don't like, like you do a lot of shit with 2K. You do a lot of shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 2K. Shoot, as a rent, food. I don't even. You could do mad stuff.
Oh my god.
You could buy a Tiger King. It was $2,000.
Yeah. You could probably buy the Tiger King right now.
Yeah.
You could probably bail him out. But you were into that? You like Tiger King?
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't gonna watch it. I was kind of late to it because I saw it all on Twitter. And I was like, this looks ridiculously stupid. And then then I watched it. I was like, wow, this is kind of nuts that this actually like happened to people and like recently. He's like, where are these people from? Like, how is this? Like, how is this just like a real person and a real thing? You know?
Yeah, I like that you said like present time because, yeah, I thought this happened in like, I don't know, the 60s, 70s.
Yeah, and then it's like 2014, 2016. I was like, yo, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, why didn't I felt like I'd never heard about all this stuff, and it was only like 4 years ago.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I guess they kind of tried to keep it to themselves in that area. Don't want to embarrass the entire country. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, I like Curb. Curb's pretty funny.
Stevie, I don't remember if I asked you, have you seen Seinfeld?
I like Seinfeld. Not start to finish, but I like Seinfeld.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar humor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big Seinfeld guy. I also love Curb. I just haven't seen enough episodes to like call myself a Curb guy.
Bro.
It's like you said,
It's
it's
hilarious.
humor, and it's funny because like Curb is like very modern, so like there's like funny stuff about him like talking about Trump or like something like that.
Yeah. Like that's just Larry David, like being Larry David.
Yeah.
And it's all improv, which is insane.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's all improv.
The entire show?
They have like an outline and like key points, but there's no script.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it makes it a billion times better knowing that.
Yeah, right?
Any video games, JT?
Honestly, no, I'm not a big video game guy. I used to play NCAA 14, like religiously. That was my game, and play with my brother all the time. But honestly, yeah, I got too late onto the scene for Fortnite, so by the time I started playing, everyone was way too good. I was like, nah, no way. And then, never really got into like Call of Duty and stuff. I would always watch, and be a sideline dude, and say something like that they should do, like an idiot, but I never got into actually playing.
Was NCAA 14 the RG3 luck year, or am I a year ahead?
They were drafted in 2012.
They were drafted in 2012?
Yeah, they were the cover of, I think RG3 was for the cover of NCAA 13. 14 was Denard Robinson on the cover.
Denard Robinson.
Oh, damn.
What a flop.
Yeah, really.
Well, nobody expected anything from him anyway, but.
Nah.
So are you into like the Doug's saga?
I honestly, I like follow it whenever I see it, but like I haven't followed it like religiously. Really.
Yeah.
I just see the updates on the scores that they post, just the comments. But I haven't followed it like too in depthly. Right now though.
I can't sit there and watch somebody else play video games for
Yeah. Especially like now online, not actually being there, with your boy or something.
Yeah, I never understood the Twitch craze. I really have no interest in watching someone else play a video game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't either. But I know a lot of my friends that play Fortnite, damn near every one of them, goes on Twitch and watches like other people play all the time, just like look at how good people are. But it's like, I don't know. I always thought it was kind of weird.
Well, unless you're betting on something, which obviously you would never do because you're a student athlete. Like betting on video games actually is not terrible, especially now that there's literally nothing else on. Like I've been betting on 2K League. That's pretty electric. Like, I'm not lying.
We've been throwing the 2K League on that's on ESPN. How far in are they, by the way?
Week 7.
Out of how many?
I think they go through like July, so it's probably like 14, 15 weeks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We've been throwing it on a lot of nights. Whenever it's just like the only thing on these days.
Oh, I know, and it's quick.
We have the 2 TV setup, so we'll have 2K League on one screen, and then we're playing 2K on the other. So honestly, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite when I say that I don't like watching people play video games.
I would actually have a stroke. I don't think my brain could handle that.
It's a lot. It's sensory overload for sure.
How can you differentiate what you're watching? I couldn't do that.
Yeah, right. You might mess up and start looking at the wrong screen. And you start losing, and getting clipped.
It's happened. Sometimes I'll like celebrate, and I'm like, that was not me.
Yeah. Damn, you guys are friggin' psychopaths.
Yeah, we go hard, man. JT, where do you see things going from here for you? What's your plan moving forward?
I don't know. I honestly never thought I'd almost be in this situation. I'm like, damn, I gotta get like a job. Like gonna be done with school. Yeah, I don't even know. I just know I'm going back to school, business school, and then kind of just figuring it out from there as I go.
Is that to finish undergrad, or are you getting an MBA?
No, I'm getting like a first half of an MBA kind of.
Nice.
It's like a 1 year, certificate program. So if I finish it, then I can come back. Like you can come back at like any time to finish the second year of
Nice,
it.
man. That's at Duke?
Yeah, it's at Duke.
Sweet.
Damn, good for you, man.
School, which is nice.
Yeah. Is pro lacrosse an option?
Yeah, probably gonna hopefully don't want to say probably. Hopefully I end up doing that, because it's kind of getting bigger now with like the PLL, which is like a new league that just came out last summer. Yeah. So I know my coaches played in it, and I got a couple of buddies in it now. Said it's pretty nice, and it's obviously it's good competition. You still get to play lacrosse and make money off of it. So
Sure.
hopefully I get to do that. Probably next summer coming if all this COVID stuff goes away.
So how's the recruitment process in lacrosse compared to other sports? Like, I'm sure, obviously it's competitive, but how many recruits does a team, or prospects, I should say, for pro? How many prospects would you say they look at per season?
For pro, maybe like 30, maybe less than that.
Oh, wow. So pretty small.
Yeah, it's pretty small. There's only, because obviously it's still like a pretty niche sport, not a lot of people play it.
Yeah.
At all. So I know in like the new league, they, try to have a draft and make it as official as possible, but there's 7 teams and there's 4 rounds of the draft. So, it's 28 picks, I guess.
Right.
So yeah, not a lot of people. And then, people get signed like, off of like the waiver wire or something like that, just to pick up and play one game. But yeah, definitely not, like football or baseball, so many rounds and so many picks and stuff.
Is there a US team or no?
Yeah, there's a US team. It's kind of just, the disparity of talent though between like different countries. It's like a ton of countries, in 2018 was the last one I actually played over there. Like the FIL World Championships, and it's like, all the countries, sign up and play. So there's different divisions, obviously, like different pool plays and stuff, but really the top 2 teams are USA, Canada. Then right behind them is Iroquois Nation. And then honestly, the 4th spot is really like up for grabs for whoever. It's kind of like just those 3 dominate the world, like in terms of lacrosse aspects. And then everyone else is kind of just like, playing. There's some pretty solid countries. Like Japan is pretty good. Germany is pretty good. England is pretty good, but they're just not. They don't have like the resources and the athletes like the U.S. and Canada does. The Iroquois Nation.
Is the sport making any efforts to kind of expand it globally, or?
Yeah, there was like with the new league, they actually, I don't know when they did it, but they took a bunch of players and they went out and played the Japanese national team, over in Japan, and like had it televised and all that stuff. So there's a bunch of like outreach things, just between programs that they do, like for countries in Africa that have lacrosse, or like I said, in England or Germany. I think that was the first German-born. This kid from Germany, it actually went to to Vermont to play. I think he was a freshman last year or something like that. So they're definitely trying to expand it. It's just I don't know what the rate it is like in other countries, but it's going.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I was just gonna say there. So this is the PLL, right? And there was the MLL. Is that right?
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay, what's like the dynamic between those two?
Well, the MLO is like obviously the long-standing one, but if you just started out, there was no money really. You really played just because you loved to play. So dudes would, unless you were like obviously certain guys who were the best in the world, but dudes would go in and make like 10,000 to 15,000 for a summer, just solid money, and then have another job obviously throughout the year. And then the PLL, when it was made by the guy Paul Rabel, wants to make it like a professional sport. So there's a ton of benefits. You can have equity in the league. There's so you make a lot more money because of the monies that he got from the sponsors. So I think the average salary starts at like 25,000, and then just like in every other sport, the higher pick you are, the more money you. So yeah, that's a big difference. And, MLO is like trying to come back. They just raised their salary, wages, and stuff because all the good players from the MLO were going to the PLO, obviously. Right. But now, like I know this kid who went to Virginia signed with an MLO team, and it was like surprising because obviously the PLO is a lot more exposure and more of a legit league in terms of like broadcasting and whatnot. So you figure they must be giving him some good money for him to turn down all the stuff in the new league.
When is the typical I know it's a spring sport, but when's the start? When does it end? Lacrosse season.
Oh, for college, we start like our first game is usually like first day of February or first week of February. So it's from February, and then national championship is always Memorial Day. So whatever that time is. So for us, February, March, April, May, 4 months.
So pretty much correlates with baseball season. Baseball's a little long. College World Series goes into June, but pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about pro? Pretty much, I'm sure it's a little longer.
But pro actually starts later. So it always started in the summertime. So, dudes that get drafted, the draft for the pros is always in like April. So, guys would get drafted, finish out their college season, and then immediately start playing in the pro game, right in the summer.
So what's their plan with the virus? Is PLL like ready to go? Or?
Yeah, right now they're doing they're scheduled to have it July 25th through something. I don't know. It's like 16 days. Every team play because it's it's not like super physically demanding like lacrosse. Obviously, you run a lot and whatnot, but you can play a game a day or 2 games a day. Especially like when you're younger, summer leagues you play like 4 or 5 games a day. Right. So it's 16 days, 20 games. Everyone plays 4 games automatically, and then a playoff starts for that. So they actually kind of got lucky because they're filling the same time slot on NBC as like when the Olympics were going to be.
Oh wow! Damn, yeah, they really lucked out.
Exactly. So they're going to have all the exposure, and they're going through their quarantine tests. It's out in like Utah, I think, or something. So it should be interesting if they can really pull it off. But
I'll definitely watch that.
Good.
Damn, so that's a short season.
Yeah, pretty short.
Is that standard, or they shortened it because of COVID?
No, it's because of COVID.
Okay, gotcha.
Usually they'll play. I don't know how many they've played in the pros, but it could be anywhere from 15 to 22 games, or like 18 to 22 games around there.
Do you feel like the 2 leagues are going to merge at some point?
I mean, I thought that. I think still eventually, the MLL is going to fold and the PLO is going to take over, or like the MLO, starts. Maybe they do it as like a they merge and the MLO becomes like the feeder programs for the PLL. I don't know, because like obviously, you still play and then maybe get pulled up, you start balling in the MLO, like some other dudes. But I think eventually, the MLO is going to fold and the PLL is going to take over.
That's interesting. Yeah, it seems to me like it won't be sustainable to have both of those leagues existing. At some point, either one of them is going to fold or they're just going to merge together to stop competing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Or one will be the minor league. That was what the goal of the NFL and the XFL was. The XFL eventually wanted to be the minor league, but obviously that didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sad that the XFL went bankrupt. Those few weeks that it was on were fun.
Yeah, it's a shame because it really wasn't a bad product. It was real football. That's all you could ask for.
Exactly. It was good. And like you said, it was like the minor league essentially. Like PJ Washington, was balling in the XFL, and they got picked up by the Panthers.
Yeah. It's interesting. The NFL also adopted the new onside kick rule.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was from the XFL, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's
really exciting. Yeah.
I wonder what that's going to look like. Like in the NFL, at least.
I think it makes it better because NFL teams are now like onside kicks are just boring and like don't really work ever. So I think it's 4th and 15 from
like your own 30, I think.
Their own 30, something like that. Yeah, that sounds awesome to me.
Yeah,
it sounds way more exciting.
Like end of the game, you get 4th and 15 on your own 30-yard line. You got to make it to keep going. Keep the ball alive. Like that. Yeah, that'd be kind of wild.
Sick.
You got some serious balls to go for that too. Like that would be cool. Yeah, what does your brother think about that? Have you talked about that?
I mean, no, he hasn't really said anything about it. I haven't talked to him about it at least, but he hasn't mentioned anything really.
Does he have any insight about when if the NFL is going to be affected or delayed at all?
He was told to report back to the facilities July 25th too.
Wow.
So as of right now, yeah, all he knows is like that's all they told him. You got to be back by July 25th, and the rookie's got to be there by the 20th or something. So seems like it.
Yeah, so they're full throttle. That's awesome.
Yeah.
JT, I want to get your best piece of either life or career advice, whichever you prefer.
This is advice, but like it's also a quote too. Have you seen the movie Bleed for This with Miles Teller? It's like a boxing movie. It's actually a true story about this guy who he's a boxer from I don't know somewhere or whatever, but he got in like a terrible car accident, and they're obviously like like fracture your neck and your head and blah blah blah. Like you can never box again. And then obviously he was just like I got to box again, so he started working out and eventually got a match again. And then at the end of the movie, they asked him pretty much the same thing, and he's just like, it is, it really is that simple. Like if you want it, like just go do it. It's not complicated to go out and do what you want. You might not get it, but it's pretty simple to go and try and get it. So I think that one really I like a lot.
Cool. JT, you have any social media or any links you want to shout out?
JT Giles-Harris, that's me.
Perfect. You can catch us at facebook.com/the Crossovr. That's TheCrossovr. Twitter at It's The Crossovr. Instagram at The Crossovr. And our website, www.itsthecrossovr.com. It's thecrossovr.com. JT, any parting thoughts, any last words that you want to share with our audience?
LeBron's a GOAT. And thank y'all for having me, man. It was cool.
Thank you for joining, man. Stay in touch. We would love to do this again.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm around.
Thank you.
Guys, talk to y'all later.
And we will catch you next time on the next episode of the Crossovr Pod. Peace.